Hi, welcome back to Tuesday Tutorials. So if you recall, we've been talking this month all about sunscreens, chemical versus physical sunscreens. So I've been trying to explain the difference between the two for those of you that are concerned about making sure that you're using one kind of sunscreen or another. So last week we talked about chemical. This week we're going to talk about physical sunscreen. So physical sunscreen is often called mineral sunscreen. So it actually it only has two ingredients that are considered the physical sunscreens. So those two ingredients that you're going to be looking for in your sunscreen when you pick up your product is going to be zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So those are the only two physical ingredients that that are used in sunscreens for a physical sunscreen. Now, the physical part is the way that it protects against UV rays. So the physical is that it creates like a barrier between you and the sun. So it actually blocks out the sunlight immediately upon contact. You put that product on and it immediately creates a barrier, so you're protected. It doesn't have that waiting period like the chemical sunscreens that kind of need to absorb in for a few minutes. So this works really fast. The downside is that it can be very thick. It can often clog pores because it's so thick. It creates that white cast. You remember, for those of you that remember the 80s, that it has the zinc oxide. Sometimes it was like fluorescent, like the lifeguards would wear it. They were super cool. And so that is the zinc. So it can be really white when you apply it. Now, there are lots of mineral sunscreens out there now, and a lot of times they are hidden in your tinted moisturizers or your tinted sunscreen because the tint masks the white cast. So it allows it to go on and absorb in a little bit better. So those are just things to remember. And then again, remembering that it's zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So, and those are also the two ingredients that work best when you're concerned about your sunscreen, making sure your sunscreens are ocean safe. A lot of people have questions about that. So they are considered ocean safe, but there's still a lot of research to be done. So, the most important part to remember is that you need to be wearing sunscreen to protect your skin. That's the part we know for sure, is that the sun causes damage and the sun causes potential cancers. So we just want to keep your skin safe. And so when you're choosing your sunscreens for going into the ocean, and you're concerned about the marine life, you're going to want something that says physical or mineral on it. The sprays are never going to be physical or mineral. The ingredients don't work in a spray. So if you think you're going to go snorkeling and you're going to spray on your body, that's not ocean safe. So, but you should do a little bit of research before you commit to one or the other. There is a lot of questions out there, and there is no regulations on how to prove that something is ocean safe. So, you may want to do a little bit of investigating online before you just pick something off the shelf if that's a concern for you. So also it's important to remember that, especially for ocean safe products, and if you have questions about what ocean safe is, come to the live next week and we'll discuss it. And I'll explain to you what ocean safe is if that's confusing. So you also want your ocean safe sunscreen to be a non-nanoparticle, which means that you want the particles to be larger than 100 nanoparticles or 100 nanometers, because anything smaller can affect the coral. So just keep that in mind. Again, there's no regulation agency that's protecting against like the verbiage on the packaging, so you want to do a little research. I did look up a few non-nano particle sunscreens, but they actually weren't brands that I was super familiar with, except for maybe Kiss My Face. So if you're looking for one in particular, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to do the research with you. We'll find you a non-nano particle physical, aka mineral sunscreen. So so just remember that, you know, that the researchers are always looking into this. They're really diligent. There is a whole campaign about making sure that we are protecting our skin, and that is first and foremost, and then protecting the environment, and, you know, and making sure that the ingredients don't harm us. So far, there hasn't been any proof scientifically either way. So keep using your sunscreen. Use your mineral sunscreen if you like. Use your chemical sunscreen if you like. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out. Oh, the other thing I did want to say was that a lot of times powder sunscreens, those self-contained powder brushes, typically are mineral, therefore being physical. They have the titanium dioxide in it as a sunscreen. So I'm still searching for my favorite one. If you have any opinions on what is your favorite self-contained sunscreen brush, let me know. I'd be interested in trying it because I'm not loving the Super Goop. I was thinking about looking at the Tarte one next, but I haven't gotten to it. So let me know if you have a favorite. I'd be interested. DM me. Thanks. So that's my story. Physical sunscreen. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. Otherwise, if you have questions about physical or chemical or sunscreen in general, I'll be doing a live Q&A next week. And I hope to see you there. It's Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And I will be here in my spa room. So hopefully you'll join me. So if you have a chance to like this video or share it, or even just make a comment, I would appreciate it. I appreciate you guys showing up, and I will see you next week at the live Q&A. Thanks. Bye.